Observe the ritual. You approach the work, you raise your smartphone, and you seal the moment in a file. It's not just you. It's normal. It is our collective reflex. We consume art for the most part in a state of semi-consciousness. Too often, it happens without a single real gaze ever touching the canvas. A mechanical witness to a failed encounter. We accumulate digital trophies to feed a mental archive we desperately want to fill, but will never actually consult. Meanwhile, the essence of the vision slips through our fingers. In the most severe cases, we don't even look at the piece to take the photo. We simply document the having been there. But the deception is atavistic. Even in the silence of a solitary contemplation, performed by the most sophisticated audience imaginable, what you have before you is a body stripped of its destiny. Museums, despite their noble function as guardians, act as mausoleums of beauty. They are deluxe cemeteries where the work rests, embalmed in an immutable atmosphere, having lost its battle with space. Today, museums lend works to each other as if they were trading cards, or football players. We have come to think of them as definitive places, the home of art. But often they are simply aggregators of collections born from the ego of some wealthy 19th century man or the legacy of some royal families. Even if we accept them as the easiest and cheapest way to access these wonders, we must remember this is not their true home. Art was never meant to be consumed this way. The distance between the birth, the purpose of that birth, and the final destination is often sidereal. We are paying homage to a presence that has been evicted from its original meaning. Try to tear through this climate-controlled quiet. Forget the uniform glow of the LEDs and the artificial breath of the dehumidifiers. The man who pressed this pigment did not inhabit this piece. He lived in conflict. He felt the frost numbing his fingers in a Parisian garret, or the echo of an anguish that found no shelter within the walls of an isolated house in the lands of Castile. He was hammering marble in a cloister, breathing in dust, exorcising his own demons. He locked himself away for months just to remember someone lost. That statue was never meant for that illuminated niche, for tourists to venerate distractedly. It once towered over a civic palace. Those friezes once shone in the sun, decorating the pediments of the finest temples man ever built. That stroke of colour is not a decoration. It is not a wallpaper for our digital existences. It is not a profile picture we post to signal a passion. It is, first and foremost, a physical event born of a supreme urgency. A prayer. Or an obsession. And every obsession was born in a place. It was inspired by a place. If you truly want to understand, you must perform an act of spatial archaeology. Find the heartbeat of creation within the maps, where matter became spirit. there is an ontological nostalgia vibrating within the matter. Exiled art suffers from sensory deprivation. It is kept alive artificially, like a prisoner in a winter garden. To see a work without its horizon is like watching a dead star. We perceive its residual glow, but its heat is lost forever. There is, however, a rift in this anesthesia, and it requires an act of will. The next time a work mesmerises you, when you feel a magnetic resonance between your own story and that mark on the canvas, do not limit yourself to an image that will wither in the memory of a server. Do not leave it alone on that white wall. Go and give thanks. Make it a promise, an interior covenant with the work and the one who generated it. Promise that, if the world allows, if you find the means, you will seek out its roots. Promise to go and breathe that air, to find that specific window, to measure that pain within the exact perimeter of its coordinates. Turn the relic into a compass. Not to take more photos for forgettable archives. Do it for yourself. Only then will the work cease to be an object and become once again an epiphany. Do not settle for the simulacrum. The museum is not the destination, it is only the port of departure, and we must proceed backwards. We are here to remind you that art is not a file, nor a reflection on a screen. It is a physical destination awaiting your arrival to reveal its ultimate truth. Or perhaps it will reveal nothing at all. Yet it will undeniably leave an imprint upon your mind and your spirit, and sometimes it may even shift the very rhythm of your life. You will feel a bond with the work you have navigated, and with the artist you chose to visit at their source. These are the only connections that remain authentic. Seek out the homes. Seek out the studios. Seek out the silent graves. Search for the echoes and the references that first sparked the vision. Only then can you begin to bridge the divide, reaching for the artist in their most profound and unyielding truth. Don't be an art tourist. Become an art voyager. Map the coordinates. Maintain the promise. Trace the shadow back to the source. Don't just watch it. Face it.